engagements and whatever, he would say this introduction, which I said part of it, but the last part of it is وَإِيَّاكُمْ وَمُحْدَثَاتِ الْأُمُورِ فَإِنَّ كُلَّ مُحْدَثَةٍ بِدْعَةٍ وَكُلَّ بِدْعَةٍ ضَلَالَةٍ وَكُلَّ ضَلَالَةٍ فِي النَّارِ. Woe to you from introducing anything into Islam, because every newly introduced matter is an innovation, every innovation will lead astray, and whatever is astray is going to the fire. Now, how often did the Prophet ﷺ say that? Very often. And he would be saying in that, كُلُّ bid'atin dalala. Every, and kull linguistically huwa lafz umum wa shumul, one of the strongest words in indicating encompassment in the Arabic language is the kull. Every. Kullu man alayha fan. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. Everyone upon earth shall perish. Every soul shall taste death. Kull means every. And the Prophet ﷺ said, every innovation will lead astray. Then we have some people come afterwards and say otherwise, but that will be coming later on. Hadith of Irbad ibn Sariyah, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, I'm going to give you the English right away because of time. The Messenger of Allah admonished us. He gave us a maw'idah that was so effective, so heart, it touched our hearts that our eyes shed tears and our hearts trembled. We said, O Messenger of Allah, it is as if you are giving us farewell. It seems like this is the reminder, the admonishment, the exhortation of someone who is bidding farewell. So give us advice. He said, I advise you to have taqwa of Allah and to listen and obey to those who are in charge of you, even if it's an Abyssinian slave. And whosoever lives after shall see a lot of differences. وَمَنْ يَعِشْ مِنْكُمْ فَسَيَرَ اخْتِلَافًا كَثِيرًا. Whosoever lives after me, he shall see a lot of differences. What is the solution? What is the way out? فَعَلَيْكُمْ بِسُنَّتِي وَسُنَّةِ الْخُلَفَاءِ الرَّاشِدِينَ الْمَهْدِيِّينَ تَمَسَّكُوا بِهَا وَعَضُّوا بِهَا عَلَى النَّوَاذِجِ. Upon you is my sunnah. Not the sunnah of, what's his name, Nizar or Sheikh Nazim. Not the sunnah of these weird individuals. The sunnah of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the four rightly guided khulafa, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Ali radiallahu anhum wa ardahum. He said, hold on it tightly and bite on it with your molar teeth. Then he said, and woe to you from introducing anything into Islam, because every innovation will lead astray. This is when he had given him such an advice, such a reminder that their hearts trembled and they started crying. And when you are in this state, isn't that the best time for you to understand a reminder? When your heart is soft and you are down, isn't it the best time for you to actually be reminded and act upon the reminder and turn to Allah? Yes. When you're arrogant, you turn away. So at the most, beneficial, appropriate time, he chose sallallahu alaihi wasallam to tell them about the things that will come after, the innovations in the deen, and what the solution is. But the people of innovation don't understand. He said, alayhi salatu wassalam, من أحدث في أمرنا هذا ما ليس منه فهو رد. وفي رواية من عمل عملا ليس عليه أمرنا فهو رد. Hadith of Aaishah and Bukhari and Muslim. Different narrations in Bukhari and Muslim with the same idea. Whosoever, the first one is, whoever introduces something into this deen of ours that is not part of it, shall have it rejected. You bring anything new, and you try to get closer to Allah with it, here the Prophet ﷺ promised that your deed will be rejected, Allah will not accept it. This is if you are the introducer, the inventor, the innovator. But let's say you're working or acting upon the bid'ah or the innovation of someone else. He said, مَنْ عَمِلَ عَمَلًا لَيْسَ عَلَيْهِ أَمْرُنَا فَهُوَ رَدٌ. If you do any action that is not in according to this affair of ours, you will have it rejected. So whether you are bringing the bid'ah or you're acting upon a pre-existing bid'ah, either way your deed will be rejected. Allah will not accept it. Why? Because Allah knew how He should be worshipped, and He taught that to the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who taught it to us and told us there's nothing that will get you closer to Allah except that I told you about it. So once you try to add something else, then you don't believe in this hadith or in the ayah. It doesn't end. Listen to this hadith. This is an amazing hadith. Hadith of Ibn Mas'ud in Sahih Muslim. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ma min nabiyyin ba'athahu Allah fi ummatin qabl إلا كان له من أمته حواريون وأصحاب يأخذون بسنته ويقتدون بأمره ثم إنها تخلف من بعدهم خلوف يقولون ما لا يفعلون ويفعلون ما لا يؤمرون فمن جاهدهم بيده فهو مؤمن ومن جاهدهم بلسانه فهو مؤمن ومن جاهدهم بقلبه فهو مؤمن وليس وراء ذلك من الإيمان حبة من خردل. Amazing hadith. He said alayhi salatu salam, there isn't a prophet whom Allah sent upon a nation, to a nation, except that among his people they were disciples and companions. Hawariyun, disciples. Ashab, companions. يأخذون بسنته. They take his sunnah, they apply his sunnah, and they follow his command. Now listen now. Then they would come after them other generations who say that which they do not do, and they do that which they're not commanded. They say that which they do not do, and they do things they were not commanded to do. Innovations. They bring things from their own mind. Now he said, whosoever struggles against him with his hand, he's a believer. Whosoever struggles against him with his tongue, he's a believer. Whosoever struggles against him with his heart, he's a believer. But after that last one, there isn't even a grain of mustard of iman. If you have no problem mixing with the people of innovation and you think life is good and dandy, then your iman is running on empty. Iman entails that you oppose it, you speak against it, you make it clear to the people that these are innovations. And I ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make you and I among those who are acting upon this hadith, among those who are doing jihad against the innovation and the innovators, because this is part of iman and our obligation in the deen. So are we among the hawariyun and the ashab, or these khalf who will say that which they do not do and do that which they are not commanded? Every Muslim is one of these two categories. Choose for yourself what will lead you to Jannah. Ibn Mas'ud narrated in hadith in Ahmad في مسنده رحمه الله تعالى: خط لنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خطا ثم قال هذا سبيل الله ثم خط خطوطا عن يمينه وشماله قال هذه سبل على رأس كل منها شيطان يدعو إليه ثم تلا قوله تعالى وأن هذا صراطي مستقيما فاتبعوه ولا تتبعوا السبل فتفرق بكم عن سبيله. Ibn Mas'ud said the Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم drew a line for us on the ground, in the dirt. And he said, this is the straight path of Allah. This is the path of Allah. Then he drew on the sides, right? SubhanAllah, amazing, amazing narrations. But people don't understand. He drew lines on the right and lines on the left. He said, these are other paths. On the head of each one is the shaitan calling you to himself or to this way. Then he recited the ayah in the Quran, and that Allah said, and this is my path. This is my straight path, so follow it. And do not follow other paths which will mislead you from the path of Allah. You see this beautiful hadith? He told him, this is the path of Allah. This is the sunnah. This is what I'm living, my way. And there are other ways. Shayateen are calling you to them. So every Sufi is a shaitan calling to Sufism. And every Ash'ari, and every Mu'tazili, and every Shi'i, all of these people are shayateen from the ins calling to their way. Wallah al-azim. Wallahi. If they're ignorant, Allah will deal with them on the day of judgment. We judge by the outwardly and the apparent. These are according to the nas of the Prophet ﷺ, shayateen calling you to them. The sunnah is one. The sunnah is one. The way is one. Anything other than that is a shaitan. And if you follow the shayateen, do you go to Jannah? Do you put your hand with the shaitan, hand in hand, and go to Jannah? La wallah. He's going to the Jahannam, and so will be his followers. Among the mushrikeen and the mubtadi'een. Illa ma sha Allah. Once 3 men from the Sahaba had good intentions, went to Aaishah radiallahu anha, said, tell us about the ibadah of the Messenger of Allah. How did he worship Allah? So she told them. So when they heard how devoted he was sallallahu alaihi wasallam in worshipping Allah, they wanted to do something that will get him really closer to Allah. So one of them said, I will fast every day, I will never break my fast. The other one said, I will abandon marrying women, I will not marry women. And the last one said, I will pray all night and I will not sleep at all. Now is this good intention or not? Good niyyah. I mean, somebody's telling you, I don't want to sleep at night anymore. I want to worship Allah all night. The other one said, I'm not going to break my fast. Every day, saim. The other one is going to abandon marriage because, he thought it would distract him. What happened? The news was given to the Messenger of Allah. Did he like it? No. He brought them, he said, did you say such and such and such? They said, yes. He said, well, I sleep at night and I pray. And I fast sometimes and I break my fast. And I marry women and وَمَنْ رَغِبَ عَنْ سُنَّتِي فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي. Whosoever desires other than my sunnah, he is not of me. These are Sahaba seeking nearness to Allah. This is very important because every mubtadi' will give you the same excuse. Akhi, dhikr is haram? Huh? Dhikr? You saying I cannot say dhikr? Quran, I cannot read Fatiha. What's wrong with Fatiha? The greatest chapter in the Quran. Ya Shaykh, Fatiha is a beautiful surah, but not when someone dies. Not in the beginning of the school day. Not, one of these schools, every morning, Fatiha. This was a new one, right? I thought it was only in the graveyard, and now even in the school, they don't say anything else anymore. Fatiha. They say Fatiha, then they end with salla'Allaahu al-Azim. Bid'ah upon bid'ah. Hey. But the niyyah then is not enough. The Prophet ﷺ did not like it. He said, if you desire other than my way, other than my sunnah, you're not of me. You want to go to extremes in worshipping Allah like the Sufis, you're not of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the narrations that will come after are even scarier. So then, if this is the case, how come some people insist, brother, there's bid'ah hasana and bid'ah sayyah. See, we don't understand. According to them, we are the feeble-minded. We are the ones who lack understanding of the deen. After all these ayat and narrations, they say, you don't understand. There's good bid'ah and bad bid'ah. And I told you, remember from the lecture before, good bid'ah? The good bid'ah is equal to saying there's good shirk. Can someone tell you there's good shirk? It doesn't matter who he is. The biggest scholar of Islam, if he told you there's good shirk, at times it's good to worship others with Allah. It's good, akhi. Not every shirk is bad. Say, brother, but this doesn't make any sense to me. I've always been taught that shirk is the biggest sin. It's in the Quran. So for someone to say there's good bid'ah, it is equivalent to them saying there's good shirk. If you reject the first, then you reject the second. But you know what? They have evidences. Evidences that they misunderstood. And we will enumerate them and refute them bi'idhnillahi azza wa jal. So no one can give us this excuse ever after again. You understand this clearly. Because this is the thing you will deal with the most when you deal with Ahlul Bid'ah. Look, the hadith of Jarir ibn Abdullah in Sahih Muslim, the Prophet ﷺ said, من سن في الإسلام سنة حسنة فله أجرها وأجر من عمل بها إلى يوم القيامة ومن سن في الإسلام سنة سيئة فعليه وزرها ووزر من عمل بها إلى يوم القيامة. Whosoever establishes a good, I'm going to say practice, a good sunnah in Islam, he will have the reward of that and the reward of all those who follow him until the day of judgment, until the Yawm al-Qiyamah, the day of resurrection. And whosoever introduces a sunnah, a bad sunnah, we will see what the sunnah will mean, then upon him is its sin and the sin of all those who follow him until the day of judgment. So they say, look brother, the hadith says, sunnah hasana, sunnah sayyah, good sunnah, bad sunnah. And they say the hadith means good bid'ah and bad bid'ah. They explain the hadith as sunnah hasana, as bid'ah hasana, and sunnah sayyah